For many years, when I would look at the Browns playing in the AFC North, Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh, Joe Flacco in Baltimore, even Andy-Dalton in Cincinnati, and the Browns, Brandon Weeden, Colt McCoy, DeShone Kizer, take your pick. Probably for the last at least 6 years, every team in the AFC North had a good to great quarterback, except the Browns, who either had an awful or a terrible or a totally overwhelmed quarterback. In fact, I was talking to an executive from another AFC North team, and he said, Terry, until the Browns get a quarterback who can at least give you, I think, call it like a viable professional performance. They can go out there and you could trust him in bad weather, trust him under a lot of duress, and that the Browns have no chance in the AFC North, which brings us to Baker Mayfield. I'm beginning to think Baker Mayfield changes that whole equation. You look at it now, Ben Roethlisberger is still a great player. Not sure how many years he's got left, but not a lot. Andy-Dalton is up and down in Cincinnati. It wouldn't surprise me within a year or two, Baker Mayfield is above Andy-Dalton. And Joe Flacco, a little bit up and down in Baltimore. It'd be interesting to go. In other words, what I'm thinking is this. The quarterback of the future in the AFC North is actually in Cleveland. Who would have ever guessed it? Now, takes us to the game this week where there goes Baker Mayfield, goes to Cincinnati, faces the Bengals, faces Andy-Dalton. I'm going to be really interested just to watch Dalton and Baker Mayfield square off. You see, at the end of the game, say, who would you rather have? And remember this, Baker Mayfield is still figuring it out. Baker Mayfield, if you listen to Freddie Kitchens or even John Dorsey, was put in an offense for the first 8 games that was ill-equipped to make the most of his skills. One of the most revealing comments John Dorsey made during his bye-week press conference. He was asked about Freddie Kitchens, the new offensive coordinator, and impact he had. He said, well, it's nice to see that we take a game plan and we actually see it on the field played out. So in other words, either the game plans that were set up for Baker didn't make any sense or didn't play to his strengths, or B, they never even showed up on the field. Whereas in the last 2 games where Baker Mayfield has 5 touchdown passes compared to 1 interception, you're starting to see what maybe this guy, this rookie, can do. So all right, this week, Browns in Cincinnati, Baker goes against Andy-Dalton, take a good eye on that. And also kind of look down the road in the AFC North. Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Andy-Dalton, and I think very soon we'll be saying Baker Mayfield could play with any of them.